Okay, today we're going to be looking at a little home theater PC that I've had for a few years. I use this on my TV. It's just a little Antec case. It's got a Core i3 3550, I believe. So it's pushing about 8 years or so. We can take a look at it. What I'm going to be doing is turning this into a TrueNAS file server for a customer of mine. The board that's in here is a Gigabyte GA-H77N with Wi-Fi. You see the Wi-Fi card there. Currently we have just 4 gigs of RAM, which will be fine. This isn't going to be anything enterprise grade or anything like that. It's just to store some files, some basic files. A cool little board. It's got dual NICs, dual HDMI. It's got lots of USB ports, USB 3, more USB on the front, and very, very compact. It's got 4 SATA ports, so what we're going to be doing today is populating the second SATA port with a 240 gig SSD. We have another one coming tomorrow. This is just it's just a cheapie, A400. I think these are going for 45 bucks or so Canadian. So it's already got an SSD in it with which will be installed with TrueNAS. And the one that's currently in it is just a 128 gig SSD. This is a good little machine for a simple file server, nothing major, quite compact. I did use this as a home theater PC for 4 or 5 years. Okay, so here's our old SSD. I'm sure we actually don't need to take this out, but we will. So if we didn't want to take this out, we could slide this plugged in underneath here by pulling these out. We wouldn't have to pull this out. So we've got an ADATA that is a SP550, and that's just attached there. And I don't think I have screws there. I'll have to take a look if I have spare screws to attach this one. So what we're going to do is we've got an old SATA 6 cable. It's locking. We will route this through onto there. Okay, I'm just going to switch the SATA port that the current one is on because this one has an L-shaped connector on it that will fit in this port here. Perfect. And then we'll just tuck these back here. We'll do the cable routing once we're done. So it's a pretty simple case, quite compact. It's got, this motherboard does have a PCI Express card on it, but there's nowhere in this case to accommodate that connection because it's so compact, but we don't need it. Let me find some screws for these four and I will be right back. We're back. Got a pack of screws. I think these ones will do. We'll have to check the threads on them. Perfect. One's a little bit different. This one's a little bit different. I don't. Do I have a matching one? Nope. Let's check this bag. I want the match. Let me go see if I can get the matching screw for this. Found the matching screw. Okay, so we're all in there. We will move all these extra cables out of the way now that we have a disc there. And we'll just tuck those wires away afterwards. Reattach our drive sled holder. And then we'll pull that the new SATA cable, the blue one, through so that it's nice and flush. And our case isn't hitting it when we try and close it up. Okay. So we will just pull this guy through here. We'll have to find a spot for this to go. A new home. And I think I see a spot, but I'd have to take this off again. Oh, the joys of... And then we can bundle it up back up there. So we'll just route right in between these two hard drives, well, these SSDs. And then we can bundle this back up here at the top. Because we're currently not using that USB header because there's only one USB header on this motherboard. And that should do it. That should fit fine. And then this cable, we'll do the same thing that we did with the other. tuck it in there, and then our case panels should fit. Okay, so let's do the back case panel. And I'll probably have to blow this out. It's quite dusty in there. We'll see if this case panel fits here. Perfect. No bulging. Oh, we could replace this with some thumb screws. I'm gonna do that. Let's replace these with thumb screws, just to make our lives easier. Use one size. You might throw back screw kit the whole time. I've got a bunch of these. These should be long enough. Yeah, perfect. This thing was actually dropped, so it's got a little crack in the case. I don't know if you can see that. And it survived because it's the only moving part in this thing is the fan. Okay, so we got our 2 thumb screws in that side. We will tuck all this down in here, and we will put on the other side. And that's it. Now I will be getting another SSD for this to match the 240 gig Kingston that I just put in, so that we can have a mirrored RAID 1, so that we don't have any data loss on this guy. And this is going to be hiding in a, I think it's going to go in a back room, some sort of like a utility closet type deal. So that's it. The next video, we'll see us installing TrueNAS and configuring it for the network share that is needed for it. And once we receive the disk, we will convert the single disk VDEV into a mirrored VDEV, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching.